Cool. Okay, and everyone, good morning. We're going to start now, so thank you for tuning in. Please stay tuned in. What we're going to do today is talk about World Mental Health Day. MPCT Dudley, welcome. We're going to cover the benefits of physical activity, be it running, walking, doing a workout in the gym, which we're going to show you. We're going to give you two different workouts to do in the gym. And we're going to talk about the link to mental health being World Mental Health Day. Also, throughout the whole thing here, I want you to ask as many questions as possible, because again, this is for you guys. So think about what stuff you can ask us. If it's general PTI stuff you want to ask, or things that are related to mental health and physical training, and the sort of link between the two, by all means, get the questions filed into us, and we will do our best to get back to you. Anything we can't answer, we'll do our best to get back to you, and we'll email the staff that you have at the MPCT all the answers to the questions. So, just to kick off, we're going to quickly introduce ourselves, so you've got a name to a face. We'll then move over to the gymnasium at the Anderson Conditioning Suite, where we're going to talk about a bit more about the mental health aspect and physical training, and then we'll show you some workouts that you can do at home and in the gym. So, kicking off, I'm just going to introduce myself. I'm Staff Sergeant Craig Morton, based at the ITC Catterick as the training coordinator. Been in almost 17 years in the Army, transferred from the Royal Scots Dragoon Guards in 2012, where I started being a PTI full time. That is pretty much me as it is, so I'm just going to pass you on to the rest of the team that's going to talk to you today. So I'll pass you on to Sergeant Ryan Lowe, who works alongside me, to introduce himself.
Hi, good morning. My name's Sergeant Ryan Lowe then. I'm currently posted here as an RPTCI Sergeant Instructor here at ITC. I've been here now since January, and I recently transferred from the PT Corps to the PT Corps 2 years ago now from the Royal Signals. I've been in the Army now for 11 years and fully enjoy the job. I'm here to answer any questions.
Okay, morning all. Okay, my name is Scott Smith. I'm currently employed as an arms PTI at ITC Catterick. I've been in the Army 10 years now, and I've been a PTI for almost 4 of them years now. Again, I'm here to answer any questions. Corporal Trim.
Morning, Corporal Trim. I've been a PTI now for 6 years, employed here as an all-arms PTI, taking through week 1, day 1 recruits. Any questions for me, just fire them up on here. Thank you.
Hi there, I'm Corporal McNichol. I'm a Section Commander in the Infantry Training Centre. I'm a mental resilience instructor, so if you've got any questions, let me know.
Good. Okay then, so that's you met the team. We're now going to move over to the Anderson Conditioning Suite. We'll talk further. Again, let's get these questions. Who's going to have the first question of the day? Who's going to have the first question of the day? It's a bit bright out here. Who have we got here? Tom, just tuning in. Jordan. So I believe that there's 2 videos that have been uploaded onto your Facebook page today with regards to mental resilience training. So if you can have a think about that, any questions you want to ask. We've got Colin McNichol, he's the ITC specialist for mental resilience training, so he can answer any questions you've got about that. Also, while we're going along, I want you to think about what benefits mentally, on the mental side of things, can you get from doing physical activity or physical training. So if you can have a think about that. Obviously we have the not all the answers, but we have quite a lot of important aspects of conducting physical activity or physical training. So we're just going to move over to, we're just in here guys, in the mine taped area. We're just going to move over to here. We've got two platforms set up for us. We're going to go through two little workouts for you. One that you can do at home, which is obviously body weight, and one that you can do in the gym if you've got any equipment. What the guys are going to go through is the movement patterns when we do physical training. So we follow the 7 foundation movement patterns, which is part of the Army physical training system. And these movement patterns are incorporated into all the training that we do, obviously progressively in the ITT and the basic training phase for the recruits. So numbers wise, we've got, 35 tuned in. So MPCT Bristol, is that Oscar? Welcome. Keep watching. So questions. What questions have you had so far? I'm just going to flick back through to see if MD has asked any questions so far. I don't think MD has yet. We need questions, guys. This is for you. We can answer anything you want to ask at all. Obviously, related to being a PTI or anything you can think of with anything at the ITC. So here we are, first question of the day. Callum, what part of the military are you from? So I'm in the Royal Army Physical Training Corps. That is what part of the military I'm from. So I'm quite lucky that I'm not an all-arms PTI. Being in the Royal Army Physical Training Corps is a full-time PTI. So my job just now is the training coordinator at ITC. So I coordinate all the PTIs, delivering all the lessons on the ground to recruits. That's my job. Here previously, I would go to a unit and I'd be the corps man, or the Royal Army Physical Training Corps instructor for that unit, and my job would be to manage the PT, sport, adventure training, all that. There's so many kind of strands that I'm lucky enough to work in my job. So that is what I've done so far. So who else? Questions here? So I've got one here. I think this is for Corporal McNichol. Could definitely come in and answer this as the MRT specialist. So how does mental resilience training help me pass my fitness tests? So you want to come in and give us a quick spin on that, and we'll get back to the other questions that are coming in. That's great, guys. Keep the questions going. Just going to hand over.
Hi there. So what was the question? How does mental resilience training help me pass my fitness tests? Yeah, so we do five different lessons covering the MRT in your first couple of weeks of training, and that really gets you a solid foundation for your training as you progress. Things like mental rehearsal. So we teach this lesson, mental rehearsal. If you if you think about it, what you need to do. The actions will just become so much sort of smoother, and you'll be able to almost talk yourself through it. Hope that answers the question.
Okay, we're back in here. Right. Just going to look at some other questions now in here. Yeah, would you say that COVID has changed the training you can teach? And that is a brilliant question from Brandon there. And yeah, in a word, massively. It's massively changed what we can and can't do. Obviously, social distancing being the biggest thing we've got to implement in the lessons at ITC, which requires more instructors on a lesson. Yeah, there's so many things. Decontaminating all the equipment after the recruits use it. Obviously, no indoor group PT sessions, so all the PT's got to be conducted outside, which gives us the constraints of not having all the equipment outside as we do indoors. So yeah, in a word, it has massively changed how it affects us delivering PT, but as we do, we adapt, we overcome, and we keep on training, and we keep on producing recruits at a high standard to the field army. So and that answers it. Was it like being a PTI? Well, 17 years. I've got no intentions of getting out myself. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and there's no better job that I would do in the army. And I'm not just saying that because I'm live on camera. There's nothing else that I would do in the army than be a PTI. So that's my answer to that question there. So who else have we got here? What do you find? So I think Corporal McNichol can come back in and answer that. I know it's PT related, but I think that is probably an MRT kind of answer. From what do you tell yourself when you really struggle during an intense PT session. Do you want to give a quick dip on that? There you go. There's quite a few mental things coming in there.
Hi there. So what do I tell myself when I'm struggling on PT? So personally, if I'm sort of struggling on PT, I like to just we teach it. Think positively. Change the way you're thinking, and it'll affect your performance. So in sports, in elite sports like athletes, they've got so good at things like anxiety regulation, controlling their stress, just different. They have worked on their coping mechanisms for dealing with these stresses, and this is something that we're trying to bring into the British Army. So, before you do a PT session, mental rehearsal, thinking about it, what you need to do, talking yourself through it. When you get there, breathing exercises, change the way you think, start thinking positively. Let's stop thinking I'm really struggling, I can't do this. Let's change the way you're thinking to I can do this, and I am going to complete it. That make sense?
Okay, hopefully that answered your question there. So, just flicking through the questions. What regiment were you in before PT Corps? From James Gunn. So myself, and I think myself and Ryan can probably answer that the best because I've transferred. The other guys are still in their units. Good morning, MPCT Swansea. So personally, I joined the Royal Scots Dragoon Guards in 2004, which was fantastic as well. My trade was on a Challenger 2 tank, and the boys are trying to rip me because I'll be in for a bit longer than them, but I tell them to get the bruise on, so it works better that way. So yeah, my trade was in the Challenger 2 tanks before I joined the PT Corps. Really enjoyed it, but as I said before, to answer to one of the questions, my passion was always to be a PTI, hence why I transferred to the PT Corps in 2012. So MPCT Swansea, who else is tuning in? So MPCT Newcastle, Lewis, good morning, welcome. So what we're going to show you now, that the PTIs are going to show you, is part of the 7 foundation movement patterns that I touched on before. So I'm just going to swing the camera around and I'll give you Smudge, who's going to talk about what movement patterns Luke is going to do for you. So Smudge, do you want to take up the stage, mate?
Cool. Okay, good morning. Okay, I'm just going to swing the camera around so you listen to my voice, but you can concurrently watch Staff Trim do his exercise. So, as stated by Staff St Morton, these 7 foundation movement patterns, these are what the recruits are doing in training, and all of our training kind of reverts or revolves around these exercises. Sorry, I'm just moving the camera. So really, these 7 movement patterns, okay, these will assist anyone, whether you're an athlete, soldier, recruit, civilian, okay, this will help you in the long run or in your long goal, shall I say. So the first exercise is a push, and it's quite self-explanatory, okay. He's got a barbell in front of him. All he's got to do is grasp the bar and grab under and hold the bar just above his deltoids, which is the muscles on his shoulder. All he's going to do is brace, i.e. tense the midsection and his glutes, all his legs essentially, and all he's going to do is drive the bar uppermost till the bar finishes on the crown of his head. And again, he's going to control the weight down. He's going to carry out a few repetitions like so. So what does this do? First and foremost, the reason why we do this, it relates to a soldiering role by way of redistributing ammunition, stores, etc. Okay, and doing normal day-to-day movement activities and redistributing and carrying stuff on heavy loads, etc. If you haven't got kit and equipment like so, what you can do as an alternative, very self-explanatory, what we all should be doing, okay, is a simple push-up. You've all probably done this before, so I won't reiterate too much. The main focus is keeping the tension on his pectorals, i.e. his chest, his triceps and his anterior deltoid, and he's just driving the body up and down as a runner. a great push exercise. So that is the push. Now we're going to go on to the pull. Trim.
So the pull exercise here, okay, as Staff Smith is going to demonstrate is, okay, the barbell, you grasp the barbell like so. Okay, he's going to hinge at the hips. He's going to hinge at the hips till the barbell is just above the knee. Okay, and he's simply just going to pull it up towards his midsection like so. All this while concurrently engaging the glutes, engaging the midsection, and he's just going to pull up and control down like so. Okay, just re-wrap. Okay, this is job specific, obviously. Just picking up stuff from the floor, so like ammo crates and even casualties as well. So that's very important to that role. Body weight exercise. Okay, so an alternative to this, if you haven't got any kit or equipment, okay, find yourself a branch on a tree or something like that. Just jump up. Okay, nice wide grip, or you can alternate the grip. You can have a nice wide grip, and that will work the lats more. Okay, your back, and if you put the grip in a little bit more, jump down. Okay, grip in a little bit more. Okay, you're going to work the bicep and the arms a bit more. Okay, so all he's going to do is brace the midsection, sorry. Okay, brace the glutes, and he's just going to pull up like so, and lower down nice and controlled. Good. So that's a chin up there. Okay, we've also got the overhand, which is a bit more functional. Okay, that'll help us, obviously, get over walls and things like that. So up again, and then back down.
2 seconds, mate, just going to check what the battery's like. Couldn't tell me that. I don't. 10%. When it goes 5, I need to go over there to plug.
Okay.
Are you doing more?
Yeah. So have we got any questions?
So we'll go back in. So we're just going to move over here. Just going to plug this in here so we don't go off. Okay, well, we're back in here, so I hope you enjoyed that there. Just some of the foundation movement patterns, or the 7 foundation movement patterns. 7, yeah? Yeah, there is. You've done, just checking, they've done all 7 that the PTI has showed you. So, any more questions? Have you any more questions, anybody else? So, I was a PTI for 10 years now in Somalia as a close protection officer. Paul Edwards, brilliant, excellent. So, Paul, brilliant. What question back at you? What unit were you in? Paul Edwards. Just going back through here. Lewis, MPCT, Newcastle. So, who's this here? What's most important when doing fitness? So I think, I'll probably pose that to everybody, that question there, because there's quite a lot of aspects and probably quite a lot of answers that people can come back with. What is the most important? So, guys, think about what is the most important. I'll give you what I think is the most important, and then the other guys can come back in and give you that. So for me, I'm not going to be technical at all. For me, what is the most important thing when doing fitness, or I would say consistency. Consistency to development is the key. So make sure you commit to doing your fitness, if that's 2 or 3 times a week, if that's running, if that's lifting, or whatever you do. The biggest gains you'll get is from long-term consistency and committing to what you're doing, committing to that process, and your goals at the end, your natural goals that you want to achieve will come as a product of that commitment and consistency to training. So consistency is my answer. The PTIs, the lads will give you some other stuff that they think is most important. So there we go.
Okay, this might sound quite biased, but everyone's got their each individual opinion. So what I'd say is building an aerobic base. And what I mean by that is a lot of people, especially myself, prior to joining the army, you're just going to beat yourself. You're going to go as hard as you can, as fast as you can, for as long as you can. And really, it's not possible, okay? When it comes into like literature and stuff like that, it's not possible. So building an aerobic base, running slow, or using CV machines. We're quite lucky, we've got quite a lot of CV machines here, and as I hope you guys do as well. Building a good base, so slow, steady distance, long in duration, and being able to maintain it. And a good kind of indicator is making sure you can talk whilst doing it. That'll build your aerobic base. And obviously you've got different bases to work upon. Then you go into your anaerobic base and your strength base, etc. And this is where I'm pretty sure staff trim will come in. So yeah, building an aerobic base, number 2.
Yeah, so I would say building a good strength foundation before you come into military training and throughout as well. So the saying, if you're strong, you can't be weak, so you can't break, okay? And it's good for preventing injury as well. So if you're strong, okay, all the robust training that we do, so like battle PT, this, that, and the other, you know, if you're strong, you're probably not going to break down and get injured. So I would say strength, building that good strength base. Yeah.
So from a MRT perspective, so mental resilience perspective, I think mentally is, like I said, the mental aspect is probably one of the most important ones. So if you don't have that will to, you know, put your trainers on, go for a run, or, you know, go down to the gym, then, you know, you're not gonna like get fit in the first place. Right.
Smudge, do you want to talk about what you're doing? Yeah, so just going to quickly go through any more questions, and then we're going to Paul Edwards, ex RWF, happy days. Brandon Evans, keeping a positive mindset, push yourself to the limits, give it 100%. Yep. Yeah, I think Ryan Pearce, Smudge kind of answered that. How can I improve my running, but get that aerobic base built? Yeah, the bigger the base, the higher the pyramid. Think about that. That's what I say when running. So we're now going to go on to just a quick workout the PTIs are going to give you to do. Body weight equipment. Both incorporating body weight and equipment. So I'm just going to spin the camera around again. Give me 2 seconds, and then you can watch in on this. So do you want to? You can spin the camera around. Can we? Or just turn it around? Just turn it around. Cool.
Happy days, guys. So Staff Smith, okay, is going to demonstrate the movements in the workout that we're going to do, okay? The first workout's going to be with equipment, okay, so you can do in the gym, and then we'll do a second workout with just body weight. Okay, so this workout, okay, we're going to start on the rowing machine. Okay, it's going to be 5 rounds for time. He's not going to do the 5 rounds. He's just going to do a couple of reps at each of the movements, okay? We're going off the 7 foundation movements, okay, that we use in the army. So, yeah, it will be 5 rounds for time. So it will be a 250-metre row. Okay, as you can see, he's on the rowing machine there. He'll bang out 250-metre row. Okay, and then he'll come straight off that into kettlebell swings. Okay, so he'll just come off that. Okay, he'll do a few pulls. Nice upright torso. Okay, pushing with the legs, and then the pull is the last minute. Like so. Good. So 230. 240, 250. Then he would go on to kettlebell swings. He's going to do 10 kettlebell swings. So all the reps here, 10 kettlebell swings. So he's going to hinge at the hips, keep the arms straight, fire the glutes, bring the hips through like so, keeping an upright torso. Okay, kettlebell coming up, eye line to eye line. Good, so he'll do 10 of those. And then he'll move on to the brace part of the workout, so 10 of those, and then it'll be 10 Russian twists, okay, with the med ball. Okay, so he'll sit down in the sit-up position, okay, heels on the floor if you want, or raised to make it more difficult, okay, and he's going to twist either side, okay, like so. So it's a rotate and a brace there. Happy days, so 10 each, it'll be 5 each side, 10 in total. Good. Then he'll move on to press-ups. 10 press-ups. Again, as explained, brace the core, close the ribcage down, squeeze the glutes, keep the legs nice and straight, fully extending the arms. 10 of those. Okay, and then he'll be back over to the kettlebell, for 10 goblet squats. So this is one of the foundation movements, okay, squat. So he'll slightly hinge the hips like so, and he'll sit back, parallel or below, keeping an upright torso, and coming up, squeezing the glutes when he comes up, engaging the core at all times. So we'll do 10 of those. Okay, 5 rounds of that, guys. Okay, so it will be 250-meter row, 10 kettlebell swings, 10 Russian twists, 10 press-ups, and 10 goblet squats. Okay, so that's a workout there with kit. A workout without kit, okay, Staff Smith is going to demonstrate, okay. He's going to do 20-minute EMOM, okay, so EMOM means on the minute, every minute, okay. He's going to complete 3 pull-ups, 9 press-ups, 12 squats. So in the minute, so it'll be minute 1, okay, off you go. So pull-ups there, 3 pull-ups, 9 push-ups. There he is there, move him around. And then 12 squats. All within a minute. You'll wait until the minute comes round, and then on minute 2, he'll complete that again. So it's 20 rounds of that, and that's a fairly hard workout there. Yeah, and that'll be the 2 workouts there for you.
Okay, then I hope you enjoyed that, and you can all give that a try. I'm just going to plug back in and wrap up for today soon. So, any more questions I can pick up here before we log off here? Cool, so start at 26. So that's his, we're going to wrap it up here just now then for today. Again, thanks to everybody for tuning in. You know, as we go away, and an afterthought for yourself, just think about, obviously World Mental Health Day is why we're doing this today, to support it at ITC, and for you, for MPCT. Think of all the benefits that, you don't need to go out and absolutely annihilate yourself, and it doesn't need to be really high intensity. Just think of all the benefits of being more physically active. You know, things I've got out there. Think about little changes you can make so you're more physically active. So stuff like parkrun, always mention it's something that's out there. Obviously, it's not on just now because of COVID. But all the benefits, the social benefits, you know, being physically active, increased energy boost, self-confidence, better sleep, reduced anxiety and stress, and all the benefits that go with just being more physically active, and essentially moving more aside to resting, not doing anything. So again, thanks for tuning in. Thanks on behalf of all the guys and the PTIs that gave you some information and the workouts today, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Cheers, MPCT.